Hi guys, as I mentioned that your final project is the thesis proposal. So I will explain the thesis proposal guidelines today, which guide you in writing your thesis proposal. In this class, we covered the difference between quali and quantitative research. So you know what is qualitative research approach and methods, what kind of feature belongs to, and what approaches belongs to qualitative research, so on and so forth. Then you also can distinguish what characteristics belong to quantitative research. And then we also covered the qualitative research overview, which is all about what is qualitative research. So we studied about what approaches and methods and how you gonna analyze the qualitative data, etc. So you have all the knowledge about qualitative research, even some of quantitative research, though somehow we focus on qualitative research, and you are going to write your thesis proposal that you employ and use the qualitative research approach. Okay, so the qualitative research study planning for chapter 1 and chapter 2 and chapter 3 only are required in your thesis proposal writing. Okay, it means that the chapter 1 is introduction of your study to your research. And the chapter 2 gonna be review of literature. Review of literature means that which are previously have been done by other researchers, and those are related to your current study. Okay, so you read a lot of previous researches have been done in the past. Okay, and chapter 3 is gonna be methodology, okay, and the procedures, the detailed procedures. Okay, so those are components of thesis proposal. Okay, the proposal means you propose what you're gonna study. You explain thoroughly about what you wish to study, what is worth of your study, something like that. So the proposal is intended to specify what you want to study, why this is worth studying, who stands to benefit from the result of the study. Okay, if it is theology student, or it would be educators, or it would be government officers. So according to your study, who stands to be benefit from the result of your study. Okay, somehow you need to write the purpose of your study, why you study, what is significant or importance of your study, and then who gonna benefit through the result of your study. Okay, you need to specify those things even in the proposal. Okay, how the investigation will unfold. Unfold means open, okay, revealed or disclosed. How the investigation will revealed, unfold, and why this is an appropriate approach to the investigation. Yeah, so you're going to use qualitative, not quanti, okay? I don't want to see in your proposal the characteristics of quantitative research, okay? You shouldn't include the scales in the method, okay? You cannot use scales, okay? Scales means you are satisfied or high satisfied or low satisfied or you are not satisfied, something like that. Or agree, less agree, strongly agree, something like that. So you shouldn't use the scales and involving numbers, statistical data. You should avoid because it is related to and those are belong to quantitative research method. Avoid them, but you are going to investigate in a way you describe things. Okay, investigate the perceptions or experience or the things that can be narratively arranged. So you already know the characteristics of qualitative research through past lectures, so employ the appropriate approach to your study investigation, okay? Usually the proposal is written in future tense. Please keep in mind, written in future tense, okay? You are not done yet. Since the work is not yet done, okay? You are going to investigate. You are going to research. You are going to survey. So this is, you are going to do it. So the proposal is written in future tense. Don't forget, okay? So in introduction, okay, this study will be, or this study is going to investigate. This study wants to know what will be the, something like that. Okay? So you should write in future tense since the work is not yet done, except for the review of relevant literature in chapter 2, which were previously done by other researchers. Those studies were done before. It helps you to understand in investigation of your study. So the review of relevant literature in chapter 2 that can be written in the past tense. Okay? I hope you understood. Okay? So the introduction in chapter 1 and methodology in chapter 3 should be written in future tense. Alright? Clear to you? The thesis proposal. The first page, you write your title of research and then your name, course name, my name, submitted to, okay? And then submitted by. And then second page, yes, that is chapter 1. You can research even in internet, or if you can access to any other sources, you read about qualitative thesis, qualitative dissertation, then you can get grab of how it goes along its consequences, alright? But somehow I give you the subtitles you to follow. Okay, so in introduction portion, contents indicated below should be covered, okay, in chapter 1. Background of your study, okay? So your background of the study, why you think it is problem and why it is important you to study. Statement of the problem situation and the purpose of the study, research questions and theoretical framework. What kind of theory can be your foundation to discover and analyze your result? So theoretical framework must be presented and significance of your study. So significance of the study and scope and limitation of the study. Okay, you can write it here, the limitation of the study, because of the sample size, small sample size, it may not be generalized in all situation or in all organization. Okay. These are detailed explanations to help you. So this is your reference. You can read about it. In chapter 2, review of the literature. Okay, in the literature review of this proposal, you do not have to write a full literature review, but at least you still write some of the scaffolding or foundational literatures. You should have the importance measure, the subtitles, and then the content. Okay, you should still write. Okay, some of 3 or 4 subtitles, and then the content. So it would be more than 2 pages. Okay, you should write a paragraph of introduction. You still include some important literature review. Okay, more than 2 pages or more. Chapter 3, methodology. Okay, you're gonna write the procedures. So contents indicated below should be covered in chapter 3. Okay, guys, in chapter 3. You can write introduction. You shouldn't have to mark introduction. Just you can write a portion, a paragraph of introduction part that introduces your purpose of the study and the importance, significance, and the general methodological decision. What would be qualitative approach, case study or narrative study, whatever. So a general methodological decision in the introduction part, a paragraph. And then you can subtitle research design. Okay, describe and justify the design choice. If it is case study, phenomenology, ethnography, descriptive, so you can describe your research design, site and participant selection, okay, your sample size, and then where it will be investigated. So the place and the locale and participant, site, locale, and your sample size, participant, who gonna be your sample collective group. Data collection procedure. Okay, the procedure. You are going to write procedure, site also, and participant selection, data collection, data analysis. All are okay, detailed procedures. I need you to write the detailed procedures. Okay, this is the characteristic of proposal. You should write the detailed procedure, and when you investigate your research, practically it helps. Okay, and after you are done with your research in that place with your participants, that's the time you start analyze your data. But in this chapter 3, you are writing how you gonna analyze data, the plans you gonna do, how you are going to analyze, okay? So the detailed explanations about the procedure need to be written in here. Data collection followed by data analysis. So how you gonna analyze, okay? According to theme, according to captured relevant things from your data collected. Okay, and then this is important, reliability and validity of your study. Okay, so reliability and validity and credibility, they correlated, and this is very, very important in the research. Okay, you have to present the reliability of your study, or validity and credibility of your study, and then ethical considerations. Okay, there in the bottom, detailed explanation if you need to know more about the information in ethical considerations. How will you manage and store the data you collect? You have to keep data secure. Okay, and then this is very important. How will you protect the anonymity? You should not open participant name. Rather, you use student A, student B. Okay, so in different way, you have to present your result because the ethical issues, the protection of your participants. And there are other issues in ethical area. So you are going to write in ethical areas. Okay, you choose the topic and you are going to plan your study, your proposal. Okay, so proposal should be written in future tense, and the components are chapter 1 and chapter 2 and chapter 3 only. Okay, chapter 4 is the presentation of your research data. Okay, chapter 5 is the implications of the study or recommendations, and chapter 6 would be conclusion. Okay, but in the proposal, we only need consist of chapter 1 to 3. Okay, so your plans. So I hope you guys familiarize the research related terms and things. You need to put a lot of time to read helpful sources and set your topic for your research and the place and your participant, so you can start to write. You can start to write your methodology chapter 3 first. Afterwards, you can write chapter 1 introduction, and literature review would be the last. So there's no exact rigid order, but the methodology part or introduction can be right for your beginning of writing your proposal. Okay, I hope my explanation helps you. Since you have knowledge of the previous lecture of mine, difference between quali and quanti, I hope you should not confused in both. So you have to use approach and methods of qualitative research only. For this is a qualitative research proposal. If you are confused, please read your notes again. Okay, so you should know the characteristics of qualitative research, and you are going to apply this to your proposal. Okay, and if you ever have any question in between, guys, messenger me. If you put time and effort, you can make this proposal. Study and prepare. God bless you all.